You're welcome, sir. How are you? I'm fine, sir. Welcome, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's as if you use tripod for me and then you hang the tripod.
Don't worry. They have to be more balanced.
Yes,
Praise the Lord.
The Comrade Governor, whether he's still there or not, he remains the Comrade Governor, and we love him so very much. Before he stepped in here, we had a team of the department, his very Department of Fine and Applied Arts. They also have been here to pay the condolence visit to the maestro, Professor Victor Uwaifo, PhD, MONJP.
My dear sister, the wife of our late father and elder brother, uncle, now late Professor Victor Waifo, all the children, both boys and girls, and women. I came in company of some of my colleagues from the All Progressive Congress. This is not a political day, but I asked them to join me to come and commiserate with you. Also in the sense to celebrate the life of our departed father. So I have the state chairman, Colonel, no longer in the army, Colonel Imusi. We have the youth leader, some former local government chairman. One is very short, the other one is very tall. One is about. Thank you, Mr.
Chris.
Yeah, you have a very seducing voice. Very seducing voice. You know, if one says he was shocked when a man at 80 passes, many people say, how can you be shocked? But the truth is, many Nigerians, I don't want to say all Nigerians, I believe most Nigerians who know Waifo were in shock when around 5 p.m. I think, or 6 p.m. I was at the airport and I just saw this social media stuff, Waifo is gone. And I called somebody, did you see something on the social media? But these days, these guys can probably push social and anti-social, depending on who is pushing the story. But it turned out that it was true. I felt extremely bad. Because I had planned in my heart, and only God now can know I had that plan, that whenever I come to Benin to spend a few days, there are a couple of persons I want to visit. You know, because there is life after office, and there are people I knew before that I saw my mate while I was in office. Dear Professor Waifo, your very dear lovely husband, and my good friends. There are many ways in which he affected and touched my life. First, as a young man in a typical rural Nigeria where there is no light, no road, but also no police station because there are no criminals. Anytime it was around 12, 13, 14, we want to listen to music, we make requests to Radio Nigeria using battery. The number one record we always put will be with the Waifo, the Jinta boy, Jeremy and so on. And we will wear our small nika and do the gedenge, you know. And then we hear stories about the exploits of Victor, Waifo, playing guitar with his toes, and we are like, how? And sometimes he puts it on his back. We don't know if he has figures on his back. He does all sorts of things with it. And to we in the villages, that is the only time we listen to what then was the modern music, and we will dance. I wish I can still dance now. Unless if Waifo is playing. But just to say, Madam, that there's a time to be born and there's a time to die. And you notice whether in the church, in the traditional setting, or in the family conversation, the only prayer people make is, may God give me long life and good health. Because you can live so long and become vegetable for many years. You are not dying, you are not living. So that, from what I gathered, Prof was taken to the hospital and within 48 or 72 hours he had passed. Many will say, oh, why? Why should he have passed? But it was probably better that way than if he was bedridden, people are coming, you see him, he can't greet you. There are many people like that. So when God doesn't subject you to that kind of punishment, and he asks you to come home the way he will ask each and every one of us, I think we have, even for that, give thanks to God that he came in the manner he did and left without being a burden to the family. In my condolence message there I said, and I know it to be the truth, but in this part of the world, and at that time, the man who forcefully put Nigeria on the world map, the face of a dog on the world map, was Victor Professor Uwaifo. By his own creativity, his talent, and his industry. You can't resist the music. You know, I wish I have a good voice like the gentleman. This, if you see Mami Water, never, never you run away. Hey, never run away, Victor.
Nice voice.
And we used to say, so we can see Mami Water, because in the villages, these are things they tell us that you go to the river center, you see Mami Water there, but Victor Wao say we should not run. And I didn't run, because Waifo said so, I'm sure. Not if you
understand.
You know? Everything that anybody can possibly say has been said. But let me just tell you why I really felt the shock and truly felt the pain of his sudden departure. As a steward at Osalibi Avenue, which we call government, every event, we have people we have on our protocol list. With your Waifo, once we invite him, even if it's under 24 hours notice, he will always be there. And because we now analog, well, relative to him we are young, but in our own right, relative to Maliki I am old. You know that some of those tunes, sometimes we invite him, I will say, sir, the people want to hear your voice. even though he wasn't invited to play, and a couple of times he obliged us. But I won't forget the day I asked him, I think we were doing a concert. We invited people to come and play, and we invited him not to come and play, as a guest. And when he was in the spirit, he just took the mic, and sang, whether it was Jeremy or whatever, but the whole hall, everybody was. Because those are the original musicians. Got the Maliki type. I don't care what he think of himself. I can't be afraid. I cannot be afraid. If I'm going to be afraid, not for small people. In those days, you have to master the use of the English word, English language. You have to have a natural good voice, not digitally aided and short. You have to either have it or you don't. The voice of Waifo was not the result of manipulation of modern gadgets.
Yes.
It was a natural gift that God gave him. And his music had meaning. When you listen, beyond the entertainment, you also pick a lesson. Like I said, don't run if you see Mami Water. For these days, from 50 cents to the Malekis, okay, when you finish that, you say, what is a book? Is another man's a book? I don't know. So, but the point I'm making is that if they require a level of intellect, so Waifo was clearly an intellectual. So, to say he's a professor, he mentored it and he professed wisdom in his finest tradition. And I do remember, besides honoring, having the honor of receiving him at government house and attending various banquet for sure, we invited him. He also invited me to come and see what he was doing beyond the world of music. I do not really remember now who accompanied me, but he gave us a tour of his, some of his works, which shows that beyond music, Waifo was always busy. If he can think through it, he will try to create it and transmit it. And I'm sure some of those works are there. Yes. That might be what you were referring to, that elsewhere. Sure. That is something people want to come and see. They pay a fee, and you can maintain not only the facility, but also maintain the family. So I also became quite close. When this beautiful girl was Miss Edo, well, I was Mr. Edo that time. In the sense that, you know, when you are governor, they say you are the first family. So I was Mr. Edo. And I do remember she still was a queen, always a queen. And but for what she's wearing, you know she's truly a queen. So Waifo was also good at home. There's a quality production, as evident by when you look at the daughters. And this asshole young man, I like this. You know, but to be honest, madam, Edo people lost an elder statesman. And Nigerians lost an elder statesman. And I'm so happy that even President Buhari acknowledged this fact, who speaks for Nigeria in its capacity as president, that Waifo is one of the few artists that several succeeding head of states and presidents, you know, recognized and invited to state functions. We can go on and on and on. Two regrets I have. One is not being able to see him before he passed. But also, I think I told him I will do something about this road.
Yes.
Yes. You know, I am a Catholic. We are calling to confess any of the things we ought to do that we fail to do. Particularly good things. But, you know, when you make those promises, you are unaware that time is ticking. and you are not able, with the best of intentions, sometimes to carry them out. I deeply regretted that I wasn't able to control this role, be a befitting contribution to ensuring that when you drive home, people are coming here, they come here, they ride with joy and all that. But I'm sure one day someone will do it. But on myself, my own wife, my own children, and let me also say my party. We share your pains, and all of those things associated with losing a very loved one. Nobody is told to die. But this gentleman also revealed that Waifo was a Catholic. And the Catholic Church, we are even not allowed to weep. We are not allowed to cry. Because we shouldn't mourn like non-believers. Because, again, from the line of introduction, a Catholic should is associated with that industry. Malika, you know what I'm talking about. If I ever ask you now how many you can't book up. So for Waifo to have one lovely wife with lovely children and all that, and as a Catholic, there are other moral things that we should learn from his life. That to be an artist is not to be used. Maliki, I hope you understand. The message is that you can mix the two. What do you expect? We expect that you learn the right lessons and values. So, madam, please accept my heartfelt condolences. May God start by you, start with children, and people like Uwaifo simply don't die because their works. You know, I'm sure, not because it's past now, there are still many places people go to. People of my generation, when this one has been ham, who like to play guitar board, and it always makes a difference. Each time it is played, and it will be played by generation yet unborn, the man simply lives. What we should now ask ourselves, when I go, as I'm about to go, but I'm not in a hurry to go. But it is not even my decision to take. It's just God's absolute discretion. Moments like this, we say, okay, so me too. What will they say about me? I think that is what we all take away from here. People also say that God is the husband of the widow. May the Lord take care of you, protect the children, raise them to a higher level than Victor was able to attain. Amen. And let it be said that, oh, this young man is living up to his father's name. Amen. You have the real combination of his intellect, his gift, his talent, and you will raise the family name. Amen. Along with your other siblings. Amen. So, madam, I thank you. Be strong and be happy. You can't be ashamed to say, the Waifo was my husband. There are people who can't say that because of the life their husband lived. You can even put it on your forehead, and many will come and hug you. May the Lord be with you, with your family, amen. And much more importantly, may the gentle soul of our departed Prof, our elder, our brother, our father, our uncle, may he rest in perfect peace. Amen.